Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Thursday, May 8th, and the market isn't looking too bad. So first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. How is everybody this morning? I'll shoot over to the heat map right there. It is green. Healthcare is looking a little red right there, and so is Coca-Cola, but the rest of the market looks pretty good. We'll look at our SPY real quick. That's not our SPY. That's SY. So Young. What is that? But the SPY, look at that thing cruising up there, looking good. We thought it looked good. And yeah, it definitely looks good. What is SY? So Young International. What the heck is this? That's a weird thing in China. But anyway, that's definitely not the SPY. Open up with something weird, but that is the SPY looking good right there. And let's go through and see what's going on. How's laptop travel and everybody else? Bitcoin right there at 100,000. How about that, everybody? And yeah, everything's looking pretty good. Remember, I was telling you guys that crypto is looking really good. We weren't so sure about the market yet, but that's not looking bad either. So good morning, Blue Collar, Teamster, and everybody else. How is everybody hopping on? I see a bunch of people jumping on here this morning. So let's get cruising. We'll go through our Jolie's jumpers, our laptop lowdowns, and the rest of it, and then we'll see what's popping and what's going to be looking good. And I know Logic Mark was up not much, but it is coming back up a little bit there. So let's see if it does do a nice little bounce. And again, be very careful with this thing if the SEC gets involved. So we'll be watching it today just to see what's going on there. But first, let's go through and see what our Jolie's jumpers are doing. And that ASST we already knew. And I hope you guys caught this morning because that was a good assist from last night. We knew it was going to run up right there. And there you go. It was running up yesterday. And 379 to 582. It's at 495 right now, guys. 497. Look at that run up right there. That's a perfect assist right there. I bet Laptop Travel had a field day with that bad boy this morning. And here's Devs. Another one we said to keep an eye on for some momentum right here. And here you go. And again, the pre-market runs at 4 a.m. now. At 7, we come in, and they're just like, you got to see what the setup is. So if you're trading pre-market, you're getting up at 4 a.m. to trade. And I don't think it lasts very long. It seems to get cruising there. So that's what Devs was doing this morning. That was running. DGLY did pop back. Remember, it took a nice big dip yesterday. It like reverse split dipped. I don't know what the heck it did, but it did bounce right back up. So if you had your eyes on that, because we were looking at it last night, you caught a nice little bounce play right there. And what else was bouncing today? That GPUS, another one from the other day. And that's your blue screen. And this one was trying to run back up. It doesn't look great yet, but we'll see what it looks like today. Look at it trying. And but it did keep a base there. We'll look at that GPUS, see if it does want to move back up. LIDR, this AI ink right here. This looks like it was kind of moving around. Was it running up yesterday? It did run up yesterday. LIDR. And then today, 80 to 88, and then back to 70. So there you go with that one. And let's see. PRFX, that pain reform, right? Yep, we were just looking at it the other day, and it was looking pretty good. And there you go. There's their pain reform. Someone just asked about it the other day on the show, and it did run up yesterday. So there you go. It was hitting that 20 and bounced up yesterday. And let's see, today, May 8th, yeah, that is today, 272 to 289. It's back to 232. But, yeah, that did have a nice run up yesterday, and somebody was looking at that bad boy as well. And let's see, that's that pain reform and PTIX. Let's see what's going on here. My head itches right on my scar. Sometimes it itches. I don't know why, but anyway. If you ever see me like scratching it, it does definitely I can definitely tell I have a scar like right in that area sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes it just like starts itching. I have no idea why. PTIX, it's like the skin in there like gets dry. I have no clue. But anyway, it's what happens when you get hit in the head with a 10-ton jack with the house. Here we are with PTIX. We know we were watching this one reverse split, and it is moving today. So there you go. I know we just checked it out the other night because it was reverse splitting right there, and then it dipped down on the reverse split and started to run up there. So there's your PTIX running up there on a reverse split, and ZKIN. Let's see what ZK International is doing. And this thing looks like it jumped up. And, you know, this is going to be a China one with them letters, ZKIN. And the name of it And yeah, it was running up yesterday and trying to run up a little bit today. So there you go with that. And your Jolie's jumpers. And again, we're hoping that Asian Jolie is feeling better. So we're all thinking about you, Asian Jolie, and you get well very, very soon. And let's jump into our laptop lowdowns right here. See what's going on real quick with these guys. Let me take a look and see what NCEW is. It that one that was running yesterday? New Century Logistics. Yeah, it's way down here now. And obviously, we'll watch it because if it ran up like that, it may get moving again. How about that FFAI? Oops, spilling water everywhere. There you go. That just came out. I think I filled up the cup way too high. Holy cow. I didn't realize I had that much water in there. Anyway, what a morning. What a wild day already, huh? FFAI, look at this thing curling back up. And obviously, we know it loves to run in the month of May. So obviously we're keeping an eye on it. And Nader did crush this thing, and it looks like it's going to try to roll back off as it gets set back up right there. And Greenland right here, this one, look at it dipping back down some more. So you see why I told you guys to wait. And now it's starting to get that look to me like it could be a good opportunity. So I'll be looking at this today. And yeah, now you're starting to get a better look on it. And look, it had to come all the way down to 0.0072. I don't know what the heck I'm doing there, but yeah, that's where I knew it wasn't staying over a penny. For whatever reason, it didn't have that look like it was going to stay there. And there's your green lane. And honestly, it could be a good opportunity here. It could try to roll up now. So definitely keep an eye on that one now. And HX, and everybody was posting about it at $1. And I was like, I just didn't like it. I said it would get set up. You know what I said every day on the show. And the one time it bounced under $1, it was under $1. We were looking at it. It bounced back over, and I said it wasn't looking good. It probably was going to pull back, and it did pull back quite a bit. HX right here is a new China Logistics one, freight and logistics, and that's dipping in the basement. But that one will be a good one just to have on a watch list for when it's ready to run. And INTS right here, look at this thing getting curled up. This one's not looking bad for that little run. Now, will it get through? Who knows? This is that intensity one, and it's about to get some intensity just because it's going to curl up here, and then it will probably bounce back down. So that's why we don't really necessarily like the ones that are underneath, because they curl up, but then you better get out because they bounce down and level down. So you have to be aware of that, and that's why I prefer the ones that are rolling off the MACD now. And IOTR, this IO3 one, making a nice little level and base down there. So we'll keep an eye on that, see if it wants to stay in that area and move up, or if it's going to come down anymore. I don't know if it'll come down. And OKUR right here, we've looked at this. They just had earnings. This has been in the basement for a little bit, and let's see what it's doing down here, just pulling back. Let's see. This could be an opportunity right here now that they just had their earnings. So we will take a look at it, and I'll see what that's up to today. Like I said, that could move. And this Pineapple guy, oh, where is it? Pineapple Financial. Like I said, I'm just watching this pull back too. So let me keep an eye on Pineapple guy right here, and we'll see when that one wants to get set up. So I'll be watching that just as I was with Green Lane. And I'm telling you, that's looking a little better right here. And isn't it much better at 0.0077 and rather than over a penny? Because that's a big difference right there. I can tell you that. And let's see what's going on with SNES. This is a good one, guys. Like I said, Ben and Story Trading, they know the company well. I think I was on a call. Yeah, I was definitely on it one day. I know from the one day we did the small cap show, and then the CEO of SNES, SenseTech, it's a specialty chemical, and I remember listening to it. Now that I just was looking at it the other day because it's been popping up here. But yeah, they have they control pests and stuff, and apparently they're trying to work in like New York City or something. But yeah, they I forget, it's like a non-poisonous thing. Here you go. New York City to pursue rat contraception pilot program. So there you go, right there. That's probably, I don't remember when we were talking about it, what day it was, but it was a little whiles back, and we were on that small cap show, and then they came on. Definitely an interesting company and concept right there. So just again, I don't know much about any of the companies, but I do know about this one because I was sitting on the call while they were talking about it. So that's how I learned about that SNES. And again, not a bad one either. It had recently just run up right there, and it looks like a little pullback to set up and run up more. And they have earnings coming up. I thought they did. Maybe they had earnings back there. So there you go, SNES. But I actually did know. I just remembered. I was like, wait, that's that company that Ben does like, and they know the company. So TOVX right here in the basement, and we're gonna watch this bad boy as it's rolled back. And yeah, look at that thing, big dip right there. It went crazy the other day. It ran up. Yesterday it ran up 170 to 286, and now you're at 173. That's a crazy one right there. And these things do get crazy. VSTE, that Vast Renewable. Someone was asking about this recently, and look at that thing take a big dip. So we will look at it. It's not ready yet. And XFOR right here, X4 Pharmaceuticals, trying to make a base down there. So we'll look at that split earnings, and we'll keep an eye on that. So a great laptop lowdown list right there. That's for sure. So many good ones. You're right. Laptop Travel, a bunch of great ones. Today is the initial jobs claims at 8:30, U.S. productivity at 8:30, and the wholesale inventories at 10 a.m. So we do have that going on. And Trump says U.S. has struck comprehensive deal with UK ahead of a press conference. So there you go. Luis Rodriguez just said, thank you very much. Dow futures rise like 300 points after that. And I'm telling you, big ones are coming. They're going to get, now that the Fed, I think they got the Fed, it's going to start, like I said, I think in the next month or so, you're going to see the Fed, the next rate cuts come down. You can kind of see it looking at them poly market ones too. So definitely we'll be keeping an eye on that. And I think they got they got it cruising where they need it, I believe. So we'll be watching everything, that's for sure, because it could be some major opportunities. Look at crypto going nutty today. Crypto's like Bitcoin's almost at 100,000. I'll just show you. It's way easier on here now. I mean, the stock cube's super easy too. Don't get me wrong, but I'll pull them up just so we can see, and then we'll run through all the prices. But you can see them all. Bitcoin's at 99,000 right there. So there you go. And yeah, we can just do crypto right now because it is cruising along right here. And let's take a look. Just waiting for them to scroll up here. There you go. And that is 99,006 is 640. It said so. These ones could be bouncing around right there. And Solana's at 154. Yes, it is. And Ethereum, let's see what Ethereum's at. Damn, Ethereum got cruising, guys. It went up big time. 1,900. It was just in the 1,800. Remember, I told you it was setting up. Look at Ripple at 220. And Doge at 18 right there. And where's that Chainlink at? I know that's 1489. What's it say right here? Yep, 1489. That's what the stock cube says as well. So there you go. I would say it's pretty accurate, huh? And crypto cruising along right there. Look at that. And we did like it, and it did get into the top. So the only thing is now is our concern is it's going to run into this top, but you're going to have some pullback, which is fine because we need them to move. But let's get a nice base going around here so that they can really start cruising up. Look at Ethereum was looking really good there, and Solana not looking bad either. So Ripple, let's see it, trying to get ripping, and we said if they can make that hard curl up, and crypto is a little different species that can do it with no problem, unlike the market doesn't generally do it. Look at Chainlink trying to bust through right there. And let's see, I'd say they look pretty damn good to me. So there you go with that. And that is your crypto. And I think the ETF was at like a 5 million market cap. I don't even remember, to be honest. I have to look real quick. I did look this morning and I already forget. Let me see what it said. Oh, no, it's got to refresh. Come on. All right, well, that's refreshing. Oh, Sizzle was Sizzle. Remember I said that was Sizzle the other day? Look at that Jolie's Jam right there. That thing was cruising, and ETF is back at 5.1, and it looks good. Yesterday looks like it bottomed out right there, guys. So it does look way better. And I'm telling you, why this stuff was all waiting around, it just held itself up there, made a really nice base. It just pulled back a little bit, and so obviously it was getting manipulated. And I think it's going to get cruising again. So keep your eye on that. That's for sure. And there's your DGLY, and ASST was way up, and ZKIN Sezzle was up, and Dave. And that it's not Dave and Buster's, that's a software company. And so there you go. It's something that we're running. And let's look at the SPY and everything else. Let's look over here. U.S. futures gain on UK trade deal, chip rule change, and Trump touts full and comprehensive UK trade deal. Dow futures rise, and Trump gets set to unveil a full trade deal with UK. Dow futures rise 300 points after the UK deal, and market recession indicators dissecting the signal from the noise. And like I said, there was no recession. They already had that under control. And we knew what was happening here. And there's a trade deal, and I'm telling you, a lot more are going to be coming out, and they'll get that Fed to drop the rates now that the Fed basically just kind of didn't do anything yesterday, which was better than nothing, or better than anything else, really. I mean, the only other good thing they could have done was say, hey, we're lowering the rates, but they're about to get lowered now. And that next one, you can already see it. We'll keep an eye on them poly market. I don't have them up, but we'll look at them and see what they're up to on the daily right now. And the SPY right here is up $6, looking pretty good. So it is rolling up there on that trade deal look. And let's look at Apple. That's back up, trying to crawl back off. That could be a really good opportunity with that dip if it wants to roll back off of there. Amazon's up, looking good right there, I must say. And let's take a look at Google right here. That bad boy is going to be bouncing. It did take that nice big dip, so it could be a great opportunity too. Look at it hitting the MACD line right there for Google. And let's see. Yeah, well, I'll keep an eye. If it does crawl off right there, it's going to be a great one, that's for sure. And Meta right here is running up over that resistance. So Meta is going to get cruising up there towards the top. And Microsoft was moving up a little bit more today, and that's up towards that 450 area. What do we say? I mentioned yesterday, it looked like it could climb right to up to 450 right there. And there you go. It's moving right along. So that's what I did say yesterday. Luis Rodriguez remembered it. And the video right here up $2 over that line, looking good. So they are looking good, and Tesla's up a little. And I'm telling you, Tesla does look really good right there. AMC right here is down. They had their earnings, but I'm telling you, this thing's getting set up. Something's going on at AMC. Not sure what it is, but it's something right there. I have no idea what they're up to, but keep an eye on it. And GameStop looks like it's trying to curl back up here. Let me take a better look, another look. Here you go on that line right there. So trying to get curled back up, and Chewy's been running up there and continuing to run up, and Unity was kind of getting set up right here. And look at it. It does look like it's trying to set up. Yesterday, it ran around a bunch. It was all kinds of crazy yesterday. And look at it in that line trying to roll off. I would assume that Unity looks really good like that. And let's keep on cruising right here and see what the rest of them look like, including Netflix. Let's see, that's probably up this morning. Yeah, that's up $10 more right there. And AVGO, these guys were looking good, and that's shooting up right there. MU shooting up to the resistance. So we'll see what they want to do as they get up there. TSM's been looking good, and it's up a little bit. That one looks like it wants to shoot up, so that could be a good opportunity. SMCI, this one is trying to roll up right there. And yeah, I'm saying SMCI doesn't look bad after the earnings the other day, and I'd say that looks pretty good. AMD, that one's been looking good and starting to run up a little bit more right there. And that QCOM right here at $1.80, and that thing's been looking good, trying to run up, and that should get over that 50 right there. So not bad. Intel right here. Let's see. It's cruising up, not looking bad for Intel. We did like it, say it was getting set back up. And who else is on our list? Good old PayPal right there. And that's moving up as well. And that did look good. It was already up looking good. Snow's been looking good. That's up some more. And let's look at Dell. That one's getting set up, guys. Look at that bad boy. Dell is looking good, and boom, there you go. Dell's getting ready to roll right there. Palantir's trying to run back up. Sophie's looking pretty good this morning. And the only thing you have to worry about is that they're going to run up here and hit all them resistance, and that's what it looks like, and have some pullback. So, but right now, enjoy the run-ups because they're definitely running. Mara had their earnings today, and look at this bad boy rolling off, looking great right there. And same with Riot. They just had earnings looking good. Clean Spark has earnings today too, and that one looks like it wants to roll off just like Mara. They have the exact same look right there. And good old MicroStrategy up $18, moving up and cruising right along, going to get into the top as Bitcoin's about to get to that 100,000 again. So we did like crypto. It's at 99,005 something. It's right around there. Solana cruising right along at 154, and things are looking good right there. I must say the SPY looking good, and it's up 594 with the UK trade deal in effect. Let me see what you guys want to see. And here we go. MicroStrategy up, and yeah, everything looking good. How about Carvana right here? CVNA, and that's jumped up. Remember, we were looking at this, and it had been looking good right there. And let's see. Trump signed an executive order on May 6th aimed at accelerating the development of nuclear power in the United States. So traders should pay attention. Let's look at that nuclear sector. I'll pick them out and take a look at them. How about TTD and Deckers? That's up. TTD looking good, and Deck up another $2 right there and looking good. So there you go with them bad boys, and they were looking really nice. So there you go. And LTBR, that Lightbridge Corporation, scheduled to release its earnings for the first quarter of 2025 on Monday the 12th. So that's coming up. So we'll keep an eye on this. Let's take a look at it. Lightbridge right here. That looks like it wants to run up too. So I'd say the market looks pretty good right there. I can't say that it doesn't. And I was saying it was looking good, guys. Something was going on. And here you go. So I think we kind of, even though they didn't drop the rates any, it's still cruising along really, really nice. And you're going to get them dropped. And I think the markets are looking great. CYBL, drone manufacturer, good news right here. So keep an eye. It doesn't look bad. Base and looking pretty good. It's a little OTCer, it looks like. It didn't pop up on the other one. Yeah, it is an OTCer, but still looking pretty good right there, I must say. That does look good. David, SNES, feeding rodents to prevent reproduction. That's what they do. You got it. I couldn't remember what they do. So yeah, the SNES company, they feed rodents to prevent them from reproducing, and then they don't have a very long lifespan, so they just die off. And if they're not reproducing, they can't exactly make more, and then it reduces the amount. And I'm telling you, they've had amazing success with this idea. And blank screen right there. But yeah, they've had amazing success with this concept and what they're doing, and it's all patented and everything. They were doing it in New York and all over the damn world, I think. So, like I said, Ben likes the company from trading, story trading, and they had the guy, the CEO, on, and I was sitting there on the call the one day, so I was definitely listening to it, paying attention, and it was really interesting to me. And again, I don't listen to many of the companies or pay attention to the news, so it is interesting though when you find out what these companies do, and especially something like that, like an SENS that's feeding rodents to prevent reproduction and cutting down the amount of rodents and infestation in cities and stuff. That's a pretty sweet that's an amazing concept right there. No poisons or anything. Apparently it's all safe, and they have these just like the bait center, the bait thing set up just like anything else, and they go in there, and obviously it doesn't kill them, it just makes them fertile. That's pretty wild. And so yeah, good concept, I must say. Probably will stick around. There's our FFIE looking good. FFAI. What did I just say? It used to be FFIE, I think, right? It's now FFAI. Anyway, there you go. And they are scheduled to report its first quarter financials on Thursday. So there you go with that one. And can we check out that DGLY? It did just have the reverse split. Big dip yesterday. We were taking a look at it, and it bounced up a little bit today. So it's still in the basement. I don't know if it's necessarily going to take a huge run right now, but it did pull. It did bounced up a little bit, but you can see it's still pulling back right there. So maybe you get a little bit of a run today, but I'm not so sure you're going to get a big bounce off of it. We were looking at it from last night, and we were talking about that one. Doge Mama 9, good morning. That was for, yeah, so just keep an eye on that. How about that ELF? That's up. And also El Estee Lauder looking, that's down a little bit, but still looking good right there. So there you go with them. Intel's is partnering with Microsoft for a Foundry chip. So that's why remember, they were looking good right there. And how about Adobe right here? Let's see what Adobe's up to. And that's way up, cruising along. So there you go, everybody. I would say it's a pretty good pre-market. And AGMH, this one was getting set back up. Let's look at it real quick. And there you go. It's back up over 10 cents and not looking too bad right there, I must say. So just see if it wants to really get moving. It could wait another day or two right there, but not looking bad. And PWM, Prestige Wealth, let's see what they're up to right here. We haven't looked at this in a little while, but it is moving right there from yesterday. Let's see what it did. That was yesterday. It looks like, yeah, that was yesterday. It was running around. What did it say over here for today? It says it jumped up, I think, or it closed at 43 and it's opening just under. So I'll have to look at it. It is just in that channel right there for Prestige Wealth. So yeah, I'll take a look. It did jump up there yesterday. And this one is a good one. Bit Origin is trying to get set up. We've been saying that's getting to be in a good spot. So keep an eye on BTOG right here because that does look pretty decent right there. And let's see, where is good old Logic Mark right now? So it's coming back a little bit. Back over a penny right there. So we'll see. And like I said, maybe that yesterday it kind of looked like it wanted to dip and rip off the 20, but obviously it took a big dip. SEC could be involved. Make sure you keep an eye on this and trade it smart and accordingly, just knowing what's going on there. So we'll see if it does try to run up a little bit today after that dip. And RGC, what's that doing this morning? And that thing's a monster, guys, in the top. I mean, that's a beast right there. DXF is just kind of hanging out. That's getting set up. Look at it. LGCB, this one's been trying to get set up too. I don't know what's going on there. It was looking pretty set up there. So we'll keep an eye on that. And that bond right here, like I said, this thing is trying to get moving as well. So not bad right there for BON. And what else we have going on? I think we just looked at a lot of them. That CLBR, that's up and still running up towards the top. Not too bad. That ABVE took a huge dip, but watch it. It might get rolled off. And Holo right here is trying to move some more, not in a bad spot. So we were looking at that from the bottom yesterday. And what's that bull up to? Web Bull's up a little bit more, looking pretty good as it crawls up. And again, it could get crawled through right there. So Web Bull not looking bad right there. And that MST, keep an eye on. It's up $1.31. So that's an ETF that's going to pay dividends like weekly or something like that. That's what Luis Rodriguez was telling us right there. And the lion right here was just kind of hanging out, not looking bad. So you can keep an eye on that. It's just kind of chilling this morning. It's not really doing too much. So there you go with them. Let's see what else is going on real quick. It's a pretty nice market right there. DGLY and STI. Look at that thing running up. You can take a look. And ASST, great assist right there. GNLN, Logic Mark, again, back over a penny. So devs right there. And we'll see what's going on. AGMH. And let me see. Look at Mullen down. Look at Mullen. How many times this runs in the basement and reverse splits? That's the craziest stock in the history. They should just get rid of that company, Mullen. Someone buy it up and just get rid of it. BTOG is looking good right there. And MLGO, we were looking at it the other day on that pullback. And we might as well look at these quantum ones. We'll take a look at them later. They'll probably be looking good. So keep an eye on them. And let's see what's going on here. ZKIN. We did look at that. And LIDR and Devs is right there. What is that Devs doing? It is running up there. We were looking at it last night. AXDX, nice dip right there. So not a whole lot going on there. RGTI, let's see, that's up. These guys are looking pretty good, I would say. They were getting set up the other day. They weren't ready, remember? But they look like they're ready now. So there you go. And that they're all running up right here. QMCO, that's the Quantum Corp. And what is the QTUM? Oh, holy cow, what did I just hit? I have no idea what I just did. There it is. Okay. That was weird. Anyway, let me make sure it's the right thing up. I have no idea how Ford just came up, but anyway, Quantum right here is the ETF, and that thing's trying to move up. So these guys are looking pretty good right there, I must say. IONQ is moving right along. Looks like it's bouncing up there. And the Z space right here could be a decent opportunity. That one's a fairly new one. That one doesn't look as good as the other ones at the moment. And that red cat right here looks like it's trying to get set up. So there you go with some of them guys. And let's see what's going on. The trade deal we talked about. We looked at all that. We got to all them. Let me see what else is going on over here. AMC's worst enemies at CEO. And yeah, there's something going on with that company. I don't know. Mullen's market cap's about 550,000, so it wouldn't take much to buy it out. Take two, pack to 40, and shoot it. Yeah, you're not kidding. That's funny. The market cap is really that low, huh, Mullen? That's pretty wild. Let's look. Yeah, that's pretty low right there. $500,000. Let's buy Mullen, guys, and then get it running again. It's like a car company. Yeah, it's an auto manufacturer. Let's all buy Mullen together, and we won't split it a million times. This thing is the craziest stock. Every time you go back, you'll see S's like everywhere. Look, they just pop up and just everywhere. It's the craziest thing you'll ever see. It splits nonstop. That might have been the longest it didn't go, but yeah, what a company right there. Anyway, that is Mullen, and it is a disaster of a company. Everyone has a good Mullen story. Let me see if I missed anything over here. AGMH, we did look at these guys, so that's perfect, and we saw all that. And let me see if I see anything else going on. Let me just take a look over here. And yeah, the ETF is at 5.1, looking really good right now. So it was just kind of hanging out there as crypto is trying to do some. Bitcoin's almost at 100,000 QBTS. We just looked at it. Matter looking good. Google's looking better. And that AppLovin, what's that doing right here? APP. Remember, we were looking at this. It was way down. And that one's cruising up right there. So that one's way up. AppLovin. We had recently looked at that. So there you go with that bad boy. And anything else? I think we got to everything anyway. Yeah, I think we nailed everything right there. And there you go. Let's buy Mullen, then announce we're going to have an offering, but use all those proceeds to add Bitcoin. Oh, you know how great that would be? Holy shit, we'd make a fortune. Laptop travel, that might be a great idea. We just buy Mullen and then announce that we're taking we have the offering, all the proceeds go to Bitcoin treasury, and that thing would blow up and go nutty. You are absolutely right there. We wouldn't even do anything with cars anymore. We wouldn't even care. We would just buy it and use it for Bitcoin and crypto. That would be wild, huh? There you go. It's an idea, guys. Let's think about it. It's not that much money. It's only like $500,000. I think it's kind of crazy. So we could buy the company. I think everybody would be excited about that. We might have to put that out there. That's a great idea, laptop travel. So we might have to look into something like that. That would be so fun, wouldn't it? Has like a community. We just bought Mullen and then just made it huge. Wouldn't that be fun? That would be a lot of fun. We might have to look into doing something like that, guys. That would be a lot of fun. All right. Good idea. Laptop travel. I like it. So there you go. See that? We always have great, crazy stuff going on here, but I'm going to really think about it. So that would be great. It would be pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. So let's think about that. I do love doing stuff like that. So I'm going to look into something like that, laptop travel. So we'll take a look at it and see. And Sizzle right here is sizzling up there. You can see it. So there you go. Remember, we were looking at this bad boy, UAMY, and it hasn't gone back down. It's been up there ever since and hitting that top area. So that's an interesting one. And yeah, sort of like that deli guy. You're not kidding. Remember that? That was the craziest story ever. I'm telling you. So, TM, what is that one? Toyota Motor put a put on it. I'm telling you, Luis Rodriguez, look at him. He got a put on TM right now at the right time. It hit up here. he nailed this thing perfectly. And you are right, it's coming back down into the 183s and maybe even come back to that 200. So it'll come back to the MACD right there. That's for sure. So good one for Lewis. I'm telling you, he's the Toyota Motor guru. They should put him on the board or something, put him in their financial department. You can just tell him what their stock chart's going to do every single minute. I mean, we could tell every single stock chart, but he seems to have Toyota Motor down down to the science. Is pretty wild. He nails that thing every single time. Pretty good stuff there. And yeah, that's a pretty good market right there. And Lewis burned the candles at both ends. I was thinking the same thing. He ran that thing way up, and now he's taking it back down. And that's a beauty right there when you do it. We should start doing that more often, actually. That's a great idea, too. So maybe we'll buy Mullen and then start running these things up huge and then shorten them right back down and then just burn the candle at both ends and crush it every which way. So opportunities all over, guys. Look at this market. Who said it was looking pretty good and things were going on? I didn't know what was happening, but something was happening, and there you go. And the stock charts, they don't lie. They tell you way before the news. We already know that. So yeah, why look at the news when you don't need to? We find out what the news is later. We already know things are going on. And there you go, at a great market right there. I think it looks good. Crypto almost hit, Bitcoin almost hitting 100,000 again, looking great. So the only thing is you're going to see these things get into the top and then obviously have to pull back. So you're going to have to beware of that and lock in some profits. And then obviously we'll see when they pull back how much they're going to when they do it. But first off, let's run them up and then we'll enjoy the run up and then we'll be prepared. But I'm just letting you know, be prepared for that because we like to be early and already have our mindset ready to know what's going on. So you got to be ready for everything. And that's why I'm telling you guys that. So just keep that in the back of your mind right there. And there you go, everybody. I would say that's a pretty good pre-market review. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And I would say that's going to be a great day right here. Everybody should be having a fun time and things are popping. Look at a SPY moving up and trade deals and all kinds of stuff. The Fed's not messing around. And I think things are about to be popping, guys. So look at this, and we are in good shape right there, I must say. So there you go, everybody. Great pre-market review. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out, tuning in, and everybody contributing, laptop travel. And, of course, we're thinking about Asian Joe Lee. You get well very soon, and everybody else, Luis Rodriguez and Valeria, and everybody that comes on, Doge Mama 9, and I got to scroll up a little bit, Blue Collar Teamster, and David, and so many other people. Winter Mute's always on. I always see him. He always hops on to the small cap show too, so appreciate that, Winter Mute. I always see you on there, and Barbara's always on. So many of you, and like I said, I appreciate everybody. I wish I could see every single person, but I just see all the people that are generally posting things right here that I can tell that's on. So thank you again for tuning in. Be sure to follow along on X and YouTube and all that good stuff. And we'll have a pretty good market day. We'll end the week probably really well, and then next week we'll just continue to crush this market. Maybe some of these penny stocks might not be running like crazy. I mean, we'll have poppers, don't get me wrong, but we were having them multi-dayers, and now we're not exactly seeing them. And it could be because the big caps are starting to roll back up here again. So that's why we were seeing them slow down. But Logic Mark coming back up right there. So look at it, looking pretty good, I must say. So if you caught that dip, it was probably a really good dip to catch, I would bet, because it could get cruising today. And again, they had news, had the SEC. Something's happening, but just keep your eye on it for today's little pop, maybe, and then trade it smart. For sure. So there you go, everybody. And I think we covered the market well. Any questions, let me know. You know that. Hit me up on X, shoot me a message or post a comment or anything, and we'll definitely check it out. And if you see anything that you like or any news or anything else, let us know, because that's what we love on this show. Great community. Everybody's awesome. So thank you again for hanging out. And guys, have a great Thursday. Enjoy the day. Trade smart, lock in your profits. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later, and have a great day, everybody.